So I started my day, and yesterday I was jamming on the refresh. Alexa, pause music. Yesterday I was jamming on the refresh button. No, I need to. Yeah, there's like glare. There's like glare on it. I was jamming on the refresh button of the housing choice voucher because I was like, come on, today the day today be the day. Like, and I've never done that before. Like, it's unnecessary. Like, if it's not open, it's not open. And this morning it was. Well, it will be open. It said when it will be open. There was an update to the site, and it's like, yay, okay, that's awesome. And they did like give some kind of warning to it, so that's really cool. And then the first video on Instagram is Brian Head Welch of KORN, and he is, I think, is this, yeah, that's a little bit better. And he's a Christian. I think he calls himself a Christian, but he's saved. That's God and Christianity is how he quit all his addictions, and he inspires so many people and is saving lives by sharing his story. And he has, was 1128. That doesn't seem like, I feel like I'm like wrong. Matthew 11:28. I feel like I'm wrong. Like I'm remembering wrong. Am I remembering wrong? So anyway, it wasn't yesterday that, like, I was just a day off. I was like, come on, tell me when it's opening or be open. And then today is when it was like actually open. So that's really cool. And nobody woke me up, which is really cool. Man, what did I do? Like, I was just, I was like, do I have a favorite Bible passage? I don't know. So I shared the KORN thing with my twin flame. Oh yeah, Pony Friends Forever is coming up. I asked my mom if she wanted to go to that. It's in San Antonio, Texas in November this year. Same place. St. Matthew. Matthew 11. Okay, Matthew 11. I'm really, really new to the Bible. So I love having this one that's got the little thumb chapters in it. And I actually bought this at a garage sale the day I was moving into a new neighborhood. So that's cool. Oh my gosh, I did remember right. I was like 1128. Like that just seems like too perfect. I don't know. Like 1128 for some reason feels like something to me. The 20, well, okay. The 28th was like the last day of the Mayan calendar, right? Like October 28th is actually like the day, like the whole the whole, we're in a whole new realm as of October 28th, 2011, right? And then 11, I mean 11. I mean 11. So Brian's my brother's name Brian, also same spelling. Just I didn't even like make the I wasn't like, you know, like putting significance on that connection. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And yeah, and so I sent that to my twin flame and told him the housing choice voucher will be opening. And I mean, as I gained consciousness, I had good dreams. I definitely know that. Don't remember them. I was like immediately like, ugh, swallow. So that's a thing. And I did not check email. I went to Instagram. I got an invite to do something on Saturday in a group setting, you guys. Like, what have I been like praying for, you know, like a friend that invites me to go do something with his friends? Like, I feel like it's a pretty like solid indicator that of someone's intentions. I don't know. I mean, you know, like the last solid friendship that I had was that speaks to that. Like I hung out with um a friend of mine and a friend of his, and like that was, you know, chill. Um Not date like between us, and me and the friend just like hit it off. It was like, all right, we're off to the races running with a Bible. Facing the same demons and punching them in their faces. Okay. Um and I haven't drank any water today. I've not swallowed anything today. Um I was I guess you know, just like touched base with him a little bit and just like, man, I wish him well. Um I tried to see like not so much for like I don't like not so much for like my, you know, like assure me type of thing, but more like, is there some succinct, like is there like a little blurb that explains it really well? Because like twin flame, like you meet your twin flame and that upends your life, like both of your lives. Like it's like it accelerates your soul work. It like makes your demons rise to the surface, and I do that anyway with everyone on the face of the planet. So like my twin flame is, you know, gonna be going through it, and he is. um that's just how it is. I'm not happy about that. I mean, I'm happy that he is making more progress now on his journey of healing his addiction than before I entered the picture. Um, Re-entered the picture. I mean, like, I wasn't. It's not a bug. I wasn't like in his picture. He had like no awareness of me. He doesn't even remember me from 6th grade or that we were buddies. 6th grade was a rough year for him. Okay, chapter 11. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So the difference between the King James Version and whatever this one placed by Gideon's is. What is this? Gideon's International. What is it? This says the New King James Version. Okay. So this is, I did King James Version, and this is New King James Version. And the difference is only in the wording, and like, you know, the come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. It's just like more modern day speaking. You know, this is like old timey. It made me wonder, like, do I have a Bible passage that, and like I don't think that I do. And then I was like, well, you know, that's okay. Like favorites are really hard for you, Mindy. Like picking a favorite thing, that's really hard. Is that that's a bug to kill. And and the song came to me. A song came, like the beginning of a song. I was like, and now I don't remember how Neon Pill by Cage the Elephant starts, but I was totally like, I just started singing it, and I asked Alexa to play it, and well, okay, like thinking about twin flame stuff, that made me think about my friend that is like also into twin flame stuff, and has like thinks he's met his twin flame, and the and then the song that came to my mind is I was like, you know what would be nice to live stream when I'm not in crisis. Let's do that. That sounds good, right? And it takes one to know one. Oh hey, back at it again. Birds of a feather until the end. It takes one to know one. Back at it again. Birds of a feather until the end. Yeah, and I knew the name of the song and the name of the band, so I asked Alexa to play it, and she did. But then she played it again, and then she played it a third time, and I'm like, okay. All right, yeah, definitely gonna. Well, you weren't invited, but okay, that's a no for you. Okay. I'm gonna get my water. And a third Bible! La 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 la. Get the water, get the water, get the water. La 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 la. Oh, is this thawing and making my wood not good? You can't set wet things on wood. Tissues? I shall get tissues. I don't want to set the wet thing on the Bible. Oh, how wet is that? Oh, it was was so much more wet than I thought, you guys. So much more wet than I thought. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, got tissues. Okay. I'm wearing my like windbreaker material pants. And I opened it up to Mark. I was like, oh, I turned to Matthew. I turned to Matthew 16. That's cool. I want to get a feel for like where the chapters are and everything. And then I also don't, because all my life, like, I have rarely opened a Bible, but when I have opened a Bible, it has been because I am like God, I need a compass. Give me a direction. I need a sign, and I just open it randomly, just entirely, completely randomly, and it is applicable. And so I don't want to. I'm worried that like the way I've been using this as like a divination tool is gonna. It's not gonna work for that no more. Okay, then Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." All right, so this is second edition. New NLT. What is NLT? I don't know these things. I don't know these things. You know, I just have to find new voices. I just have to discover new voices, and I am not quite sure what this voice is, but it's kind of working, right? Is it working, you guys? It's just weird. It's weird to like have like 30 voices all your life and then have like completely different voices. Completely different voices. New Living Translation is what we have here. Okay, that's what NLT stands for. So King James Version, the acronym is KJV. New King James, the acronym is NKJV, right? And New Living Translation version is NLT. All right. And so Brian Head Welch of KORN's like favorite, I'm not sure like what you would, because I'm not sure that favorite really encompasses like this was the passage that reality kept repeating, and the pattern and the regularity with which he was picking this up from reality was such that he was like, oh, there is a God. This is his revelation. This is the passage that revealed God to him, right? And so I feel like favorite doesn't cut the mustard. And in King James Version, Brian Head Welch's favorite passage, Matthew 11:28, reads, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And in the New King James Version, in KJV, Brian Head Welch's favorite Bible passage, 11:28. Matthew 11:28 reads, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And in the New Living Translation version of the Bible, in LT, Brian Head Welch's of KORN's favorite Bible passage, Matthew 11:28, reads, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest.'" Repetition is key. Maybe not for you, but definitely for me. No, for you too. That's the way the human brain works. But uh uh I'm going to acknowledge my friend. I hope that I do not lose all of my friends here. I actually can't see the chat. I actually can't see the chat right now. Wait, okay. Alright. Well, maybe if I navigate, I just okay. That's a no for me. Haha, okay. Acknowledged. Um Top messages, all messages. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. English. Whoa, I don't know what I've done now. Are we still live? I think we are. Okay, well, I can see there's two people watching, but I can't see what they are. Or who they are. How they designate themselves. What moniker they have chosen. Their handle. Their pseudonym. Their pen name. That's disappointing. I had the chat working yesterday, and now I want to ask, like, what is your favorite Bible passage? Like, what is the passage that pulled your attention to the Bible and to God and there being a plan and salvation in Christ? Like, what was it? Um, Okay, so come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Isn't that how could we interpret that? Like with the understanding that I don't know, with the wisdom I teach and your grasp of faith and belief, if your heart is heavy, let me be the relief. I don't know. I was gonna bring my journal over. I was I was reading someone else's bars last night. I have such talented, gifted friends. Um, and then like I said something, and like I feel very strongly that that what I write, what I rap, like cannot exclude the darkness that I experience, cannot dismiss my shadowed path. Uh, it is understanding of my darkness that gives my light the most impact. And though I wouldn't repeat it, I absolutely own my past. Um Getting my journal, right? But I'm like, what did I just say? It was maybe good. It was maybe good. Yeah, so when I write, and also like I just have lived the as a as a as a not love and light person, and that is kind of where that's kind of like the hard and sharp where I enter the rap game, you know. That's where I kind of got my start doing that, just like cutting bullies down to size. Like, well, all I did was open my mouth. You fucking beat me, but there's tears only in your eyes. Uh, just yeah, cut with my tongue. Tortured me for no reason. I cut you for fun. So something popped into my head. I was like, fuck the devil, I am an agent of chaos. Push my buttons, I go God mode. You got demons, I'm their boss. Fuck the devil, I am an agent of chaos. Push my buttons, I go God mode. You got demons, I'm their boss. And then I was like, all right, so like where can I go? Where can I go from that? Cause like I could like I was like I can go deeper into that, you know, like we're welcomed as angel, like cursed you. We're welcomed as demon, vice versa. And then I'm like, you're running from your shadow in DOS. I'm a Napster master in Windows 95. The dark you are afraid of. In the dark you are afraid of, I am most alive. Cursory glance, dance askance. Are we really gonna do this dance? I've lost count. Is this your final chance? If we're not wise and wishes verbalized, we could spell our own doom and meet disaster. Alone with my thoughts, I unravel it faster, pulling strings and linking things to construct a steady ladder, reaching my mind over matter, contracting souls in the hereafter. My misery needs company, and you've always only been coming to me. You're the moon, I'm the forest, I'm the sun, you're the sea. What if we're not wicked, just sick from squandering what we were gifted? My logic is sound, but it's twisted around a double helix of potential energy. I'm gunning for time, and now I find you are the killer in me. That's what I wrote, and I was just like, that's just what resulted from trying to pull up. Because I could certainly talk more and could speak more about my nature, my dark nature. It it feels to me like my true nature. I think I I have been accused, called out for my uh Machiavellianism, and um like I recognize my psychotic traits, and it was in 6th grade that I realized that I am a narcissist. And my mother is. And so like there's like this program running of dark triad that I'm like, I just think about evil things. I don't do those evil things. But like I definitely I definitely want to be honest about what I deal with, what I'm dealing with, because I'm not some squeaky clean angel. I like, given my my mind and what I have wanted to do, what I've thought to do, the ideas that I've come up with and everything, um I I'm not I'm not like a wicked person. I'm not a bad person. I haven't done much in the physical realm, and that's really important to say. I think I haven't done much in the physical realm um to behave as an evil person, as a bad person, like even as a mean person. um like just anyway, so what did I just say? Well, let's write down that we're in Matthew 11. Matthew 11, 28. Brian had Welch's favorite passage. I believe passage is the correct terminology. It might verse or phrase or quote. Those words might work, but I like passage. Because I feel like it's providing, like Jesus is the waymaker. It's providing a way forward. Um, so especially for talking about the 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 way that this part of the Bible kept repeating for Brian to pick it up, and and change his mind about God and his addictions. Like, passage, I feel, is the right word. But yeah, favorite introductory passage. I don't know, introductory. Is okay. I've read it several times. Can I remember it without looking? Come unto me, all ye who. That doesn't need to be happening right now. I asked them to fix that, but they're not coming to do anything. They're not doing any maintenance in my apartment. I don't know why my maintenance requests are being ignored, but okay, come to me all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come to me, come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be, as a friend, as a trend, as a new memory, and I swear that I don't have a gun. No, I don't have a gun. Come doused in mud, soaked in bleach. I have a habit of rewriting Nirvana songs so that they are faith-based, and that's what my brain was trying to do. It's so hard to do things. All right. Oh, come on to me. Like, which one do I want to try to get down? Also, I've like this Placed by Gideon's Bible, like, I think there's more words. Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Come to me, 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 all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Okay, so the change in wording is probably that the average American does not know the word laden. It's not something that we use really. Um, so now we're really getting into like kind of um, etymological underpinnings. Is that uh, so heavy burdens versus heavy laden? Laden. Um, I like that laden sounds like laid, Laid, like laid down. Um, because what we do, of course, is lay whatever weighs on us at the foot of the cross, right? So, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all you who labor. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden. And I shall give you rest. It doesn't say shall. I like shall. It doesn't say shall. And my hair is very long and it's freshly washed and fluffy and it's really giving scene. And I will give you rest. Good morning, Watcher. Are you happy that we're in the Bible? This is just what I'm doing, and I can't communicate with you. It's not a two-way street today. What a blessing that it was yesterday for me, though, when I was absolutely in crisis and ran to live stream so that I didn't drown in my own awareness. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Okay, I've got it. Got it down. It would be really helpful if someone could regurgitate what I said, because I think that I was creating song. Okay. The gosh, it's a lot easier to say that than to do it. It's a lot easier to say, "Oh, well, I don't have to have any worries because I have Christ." And so much harder to do it. So if we were to take this out of the framework of the Christian doctrine, then how would this be translated to my personal perspective, that Jesus was actually trying to teach quantum mechanics and like interdimensionality without so much as science to do so. And of course, I come from a background of love and light, high vibration. Christ consciousness is a stream of consciousness, is a station like a radio that we can tune into by embodying the vibrations that compose Christ consciousness, forgiveness, gratitude, compassion, love, and unconditional love, right? And so with the awareness of our divinity, how does a shift in perspective prevent us from feeling weighed down, from being weighed down by our troubles. And of course, anxiety. What is the function of anxiety? It removes you from the present. It connects you to the past, examining patterns, and it projects your energy to the future with the egoic mind seeking certainty in pattern recognition. I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. um so anxiety and upon the paths, if we consider, just call timelines paths, anchors us to the timelines on the paths that we have been on, that that are in alignment with the energy, with our energetic resonance. And if we can, if we continue on with that same base energetic resonance, then we can expect to be on that timeline, or the ones like you don't really just like stay on one like timeline, but in order to get out of, in order to break the pattern, you have to like give yourself a tune up, I think. So if you're downtrodden on the path you've been walking, consider Christ consciousness, the way. Consider Christ consciousness the key to unlock them. I'm like not I'm just trying to think, and that's kind of happening in a rhyming way. Okay, so this I get mental fatigue really easily. The phone screen does take a toll on me looking at that. Actually, words on pages, I think maybe the contrast of the black on the white, and even my own journal writing, that does also like aggravate whatever this problem is that I'm having visually or cerebrally, I don't know, neurologically, whatever, that I am feeling swelling in my nasal passage, I guess. Like my nose isn't blocked. I can breathe clearly, but I feel inflammation here. It's kind of like, it's like this all is like staticky. It creates like a static in my brain, and my brain just kind of gets fuzzy. My energy drops. Uh, I believe that like at any minute this could go away because I figure something out, like in service and in God's service. I say timeless and tireless. I say timeless and tireless, but we're tireless in that's been a key factor, because I'll be like faded out, like not functioning, and then the situation will call for me to function, and I can do that. And this is a phenomenon that people also speak about, like they have anxiety, but when their friend with more anxiety like needs them to step up, like they do that, you know, like the mom friend like type of phenomenon, I think. um and I don't even I tend to specifically experience this like attack from the physical world when I am doing something in the under the hashtag of evolution of human consciousness. So like did I trip a trigger that is kill switching me because I moved out of the word and into energetic frequency, personal vibration, high vibe, high viber. I'm Mindy and I'm living intentionally. Marvel at my favorite things haven't sent to me. Chronically ill, so specific wisdom with skill. Hard to fathom how I play the cards I've been handed. I just live in the present and keep it real. Only exist in the present. I keep it real. And we were looking for time. Also, my body is hurting. Like my pain is paining, and yeah, this is just. I did not like at all think that I was turning on this camera like so that people can like legit witness me go from functioning to disabled, but like maybe that's what's happening. But like maybe that's what's happening. Tireless. I say timeless and tireless, but that's... See, and this is where I wish I knew the Bible better. Because I just think that like things like fatigue, pain, anxiety, all of these low vibration things, they rely upon time. As you may or may not be aware, I had a epiphany, a spiritual awakening, just accidental access to the Akashic records when I was 5 years old. And as a result of being aware of things from God mind, I don't fully subscribe to the concept of time. And that is a very significant factor in what I have had the ability to do as far as extrasensory perception, like knowing the future, like that's just a result of not being so anchored in time. Like, I think anxiety is like the crutch or something that seeks to be a substitution for our divine tool, to divine the future. Um, well, because if you can see down the pipeline, you can course correct to avoid that outcome, right? Like, this is, and for me, this is really pronounced at like 16. Like, why is there like a snake whispering, why 16? Like, if you're just hearing 16, being spoken to you like a warning, like through, from another dimension, from another plane of existence, something's communicating with you. 16. It just sounds like hissing, right? And 16. But realizing this is the word 16, like why is 16 so significant? And then having established connection with that entity, it was like the path you are on ends at 16. Like your life ends at 16. Now, the thing about these communications is, it's like, well, what is the wording? The wording is actually really important. Like, because is it the end of your life? Like, I interpreted it that way, that my life was going to end at age 16. And now keep in mind, I am a little girl who thinks about suicide all the time, so looking forward to death, hates it here. And so, like, this isn't a scary thing for me. This isn't like, oh my gosh, this is just having an awareness. It's like, okay, so truly, uh this, you know if I was afraid of dying and afraid of death, I mean, I had the awakening when I was so little. Like, death is nothing to fear. Like, we just go home, and there's transition, but it's not an end, and it's not scary. And so, if I had had that fear of death, then when I was receiving this message, I might have blocked that. I might have, shut down my spiritual gift to see and hear from other sources. I don't know, whatever. My clairvoyance, ESP, my gift, God's gift. And so receiving the message, like, okay, like, you're like 16 is significant. That's a significant age. All right. When I got a little bit older, I learned about periods, and just like knew, like, I'm gonna get mine at 16. And and I did get my period at 16. Um, and and then it was this, like, that, like, you know change my course. Like, all right, well, I I did agree to sit beside the devil's throne and obey him. So, like, I might have something to do with it. Um, and the thing about that is that, like, yeah, I did say that, but, like, I'm also just like crossing my fingers, rolling my eyes, like, oh yeah, I'll obey you, sure. Like, the deal there was getting a handle on my gifts so that I could function in the world, because I was just like, can't tell ghosts from real people, astral traveling, reading minds, like having no idea that you're terrified of me because you did not open your mouth. I read your mind directly. Like that I needed control, and I needed power, and that is what the devil offered. Like control of my power. Um but he was like, yeah, just obey me, sit beside my throne, you're my special one. And I looked at that throne, and I was like, that's mine. I'm gonna betray you as soon as I get enough to just stay here. And that's what I did. That's what I did. I walked. I'm not sure how old I was when I walked. Between 8 and 10. Between 8 and 10. Um and uh And so when my dad was molesting me, and that escalated in my young teen years, and by escalated, it's like it's not really what he was doing that escalated. It was how it was going down that escalated. Like initially, just completely silent, groping me in the dark, like, and then with the lights on, like crying like a little boy, mumbling about Uncle Talbert as a bad man, thick hick accent that my dad would not ever allow himself to sound like he was a country bumpkin. He grew up ridiculously poor, and his ego very, very big. And and just like a complete stranger was violating me. And then and then, like, not he's not switching he's not switching personalities, he's not switching personalities and doing this through the child anymore. Like, it's just, and the phrase that he said, was, and the reason that this is the moment that it was like, oh, this is what I have to do. This is why 16. um the reason that moment was impactful, when he said, it's okay for me to do this to you because I love you, is because we had in like 7th or 8th grade, like a seminar about child molesters and predators, and they said, this is a key phrase, we have researched this, almost invariably they will say, it's okay for me to do this because I love you. And he said that, and it was like there's not much buffer between, like, he's trying to like control himself and being a monster, doing monstrous things, and it's just like he's getting more comfortable doing it. The more he does it, the more comfortable he gets doing it, and uh, the more present he seems as he's doing it. So yeah, and uh, and so I enlisted the help of my friend. I was like, okay, so like my dad's got all these like books on witchcraft and stuff, like, like he's probably demonically possessed, and maybe we can just like exorcise the demon instead of killing my dad. But like also like I'm thinking I might need to kill my dad, and like if I do that I really want to kill both of my parents, because like fuck my mom. Like so I'm like I could kill my mom first and then my dad. I don't know. Anyway, and and then he didn't know about that. He didn't know that I was like planning on putting a stop to it somehow. Not at all in my. I didn't think to go to the police at all. Didn't think to go to the police at all. I was like, this is a spiritual war. I need to handle this on the spiritual plane, right? Um, and 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 then he started threatening to kill me, and not just kill me, but erase me from history, like like eliminate me from the timeline. No one will ever remember that I existed. It will be as if I was not born. Like this was not like a normal death threat. This is the like in your face like you don't know what power you're fucking with, little girl. You have no idea what I'm capable of. And I did have an idea of what my dad is capable of. Like he was into sorcery and dark magic. I didn't know until I was like in my 30s that he did ritual sacrifice. But he threatened to kill me, and threatening to kill me, and it's like, yep, 16. So I've gotta like act fast, and my friend that I was like, help me with this, she told her mom, and her mom talked to me, and she was like, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna escalate if it's not already. And I'm like, yeah, it has been escalating. And she's like, so you need to do something about it. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to. I'm not ready to. I'm trying to figure this out, you know. And I'm not talking to her about him being demonically possessed or anything. And she's like, okay, well, I really think you should go to the police right now. And I want to go to the police right now. But you know, you are a very mature teenager. You are an incredibly smart girl, and I know you're very capable, and so I'm gonna give you the time that you need. Like I'm not gonna report it. And that was awesome, like of my mom's friend to like be like that. Like that was awesome. Like she was more a mother to me than my mother was. And I mean, because I had told my mom that my dad was molesting me like several times, and she was like, you're imagining things. Like uh, and so she did not report it. She did not share my secret or spill the beans. What she did was the day after my dad made me fall into the bathtub. It was a vicious fight. Like it was a running through the house. Like, oh, that door was almost shut and locked, but it wasn't. And I had my arms were just black from him picking me up and shoving me against the wall and everything. And like the base of my neck was black and blue, and and then lower in my back was black and blue from how I fell hard backward into the bathtub. And and all that my mom's friend said actually was like, you need to get Mindy Lee in to see the school counselor. Just call her into the counselor's office. And they did that. And the counselor was like, so someone said that you might need to talk about something. And I don't think this woman at all expected for this to be like this situation, you know, like what do teenagers have on their minds, like um and for whatever reason, I I was just like we're doing this, um you know, there's points that it feels like you sit at a crossroads, and or for me anyway, there's points that I feel like I sit at a crossroads, and I'm like, I'm compelled to take a hard road, and but I mean, it's, you know, a rock and a hard place type of situation, and that, like, my mind went back, that memory so fresh, sitting on the swing set, getting that message, like if you don't change course, then 16 will be disastrous. And I told her. And I had told my mom, and I had told my friend, and I had told my friend's mom. But I told this counselor who I had never spoken to before in my life, and and this passage is what I most connect to in that moment. This is why I'm talking about this. Like, I know I seem like really random and scattered, but like, like, stay tuned. Like, it does actually make sense. The weight. I did not. I told her, and the police had to come, but I mean, she was like scrambled out of the office, um, and she didn't even see much of my bruises. I like lifted like a little bit, and like he's physically abusive, but he's sexually molesting me, um, and the weight that came off of me when I confessed that, when I relinquished control of the situation myself, right? Because I was trying to handle it. And I even, you know, am so articulate and like, man, like I just gift a gab. Like I could talk my way into and out of anything. Um I got her mom to not even like intervene. I was trying to be in control. And when I let that go, I was not even aware that I had been under such weight. I had no idea. And the weight lifted off of me, and it was just like, I mean, it was like the weight of the whole world. It was like a planet, like doom, just like completely gone in that moment. In that moment that I relinquished control. And so I really connect to this Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That's the rest. I will give you rest. So, do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So every time I'm trying to leave my burden at the foot of the cross, I transport my consciousness back to that point in time, to like one of the most traumatic things I've ever been through, I guess, although trauma registers different with me because I am that I am, and there are no victims, just hard soul decisions. We're contractually obligated. We do this work in the in between that we can access through our dreams. We just don't remember it. Most of us don't remember it. Um, and and I channel that moment sitting in that counselor's office. Feel that feeling of that burden is no longer mine. So profound. When I'm trying to leave whatever I'm trying to leave at the foot of the cross, I remember what that what that felt like. And I will say, it's not usually to that degree. I think the heavier the burden, the more relief you feel from its removal, right? And so many of us only go to our knees to place something at the foot of the cross. Why are we on our knees? To place something at the foot of the cross. We seek Jesus when we are feeling absolutely immobilized by the weight of our burden. And so that removal is profound. So what moment in your past experiences can you channel to bring Jesus into the picture and surrender your burdens within this Christian framework, right? Um, and because of that phenomena of the worse the burden, the more pronounced that contrast of having it off of you is. This is realistically like asking ourselves to go to our darkest hour, to participate again in a trauma. And here's the beautiful thing: if you can find a way for some past horror to be a useful tool in your healing or continually in your daily well-being, then that energy is transmuted. And holding that tool that you got from that trauma you experienced, you don't want to let go of that tool, do you? Oh, it's working for me. I needed this. Then you can look at that thing that you went through and be like, well, I don't want to erase that from my past. I wouldn't have this tool if I hadn't had that crisis, that trauma, that darkness, that horror. And so you embrace it. You hug and release it. And it's not trauma anymore. From trauma to tool. And forgiveness of self. And recognition that God didn't put you through it to punish you. Like, God didn't forsake you. You wouldn't have this valuable tool if not for that experience that you had spent maybe 20 years cursing God for. How could you do that to me? I didn't deserve that. And you forgive God. And I'll tell you what, as someone who felt that she was supposed to have been born a boy and God fucked up and shouldn't have access to all of these dimensions, like, where's my veil of forgetfulness? Felt like God fucked up. I felt like an absolute aberration, a complete anomaly. My last name is Lee. It just Neo in the Matrix, demons upon me. Fuck God, right? I think this is a way that we can heal that. I hope that it can be a useful perspective for you. I think I did a good thing. Yes. I feel like I did. So what would I title this? What should I title this video? I don't know. Well, I am amazed that I've done this much. I feel like if I could have like handed off to someone else or had interaction, that I might have been able to do a little better. I'm just trying to pull myself up by my bootstraps is all I'm doing. And my dad trained me well. I will say that. He was abusive. He beat me like a dog, but it worked, right? And I wanna pray us out. Can someone pray us out? I wanna pray us out. This is Lord, we thank you for your hardships, sinking like the Titanic. Sinking like the Titanic to rise like a starship. Sinking like the Titanic to rise like a starship. In him we are weightless. All he asks from us is worship. Let me love myself to lighten the load. Thankful for the tool I grasp that's in my grip, making sure my feet don't slip. Though I follow a footpath made of heroin heroes. I trust in God's plan, tight timing. Connect the dot V lining. In his hand is 2020. Thankful now for all that's behind me. I can hear so many words, but I can't. It's like I can't keep up. It's like running after a car. It's like running after a car. Okay. Was that sufficient? Did we pray? No, this is what it's like for me. This is what it's like. This is what the world sees every day. So, feeling faded, evidently fate is jaded. Call a spade, twist the blade, play dead. Call a spade, twist the blade, play dead. Feeling faded, evidently fate is jaded. Call a spade, twist the blade, play dead. Call a spade, twist the blade, play dead. It's like I can hear too many people talking. It's like I can hear too many people talking, but I can't really hear their distinct voices. That used to really bother me when I was a little kid lying in bed, and it's like this cacophony, and I couldn't get to sleep or understand what they said. And I'd lay there all night and just wish that I could unknow. But I know that there's not even escape from this fate when I'm dead. You cannot unknow. I think for the most part, the devil is just a misinterpretation. of truth nutritious as bread. That's my order of food at the door. All right, love and light. Okay.